Hello there, YouTube. Got the old Schwinn tore down. We've got a problem. This camera doesn't like the sun. You notice it'll get purple on it, but that's the original color. Get back here. We've got a problem. I believe this to be cast steel instead of cast iron. Can someone out there, if they're smarter than me, tell me? Because I plan on brazing it. You won't be able to see it in here. This goes towards the bike. You won't be able to see it that bad. I will grind a little valley in there though. But I'll make an actual jig to put it in. Sorry about the camera getting off there. Get the camera in frame. I will grind a little valley in here before I braze it. I just won't surface braze it. That is not how you braze. I'm not very good at brazing cast iron. Original color. Here's the original color of that. I can match that. I found some Krylon. Agua, I don't know what it is. Sea Breeze. You'll see it in the stores in all the pastel colors. So it had to be two-tone. I got the screws out, believe it or not, without breaking them. Now that's brass. And nowhere on here I found Chicago. So those numbers I posted, if you look at Schwinn date codes, that train won't leave me alone, will it? Nowhere on here it says Schwinn. That is very hard to read. So, that number I put out there, almost got it memorized. I'm going to have to do some more research. There's the sprocket. Now I've seen 50s bikes on YouTube. Early 50s, like a 1950. Same fender flare, and that's what kind of sprocket was on. And I've seen like 59 to 60, and what I'm used to when I was a kid, in the 60s, 70s, they had the nice round circles, which I can zoom in on there. That's how I put on my little profile picture. Not that. I do have paint to match that. Now I've got a nice blue that was on my blue chopper with the car tire. I might use that. It doesn't have to be original. I'll never remove that though. That's the original color. Just like sprockets. If you ever want to paint a sprocket, don't sand it. That's just steel wool. I use this cleaner called Totally Awesome. It's yellow. It will cut grease, grime, dirt. It's a lot better than using gasoline all the time. That's just 4-0 steel wool. It's pretty bad though. It'll be another one wall hanger. And on the crankshaft, both pedals screw in the same way. Now modern bikes, one pedal screws in the opposite threads. Got left-handed thread, right-handed. So I'm changing the crankshaft to a modern one. Hunting around for 2 pairs of pedals to get, and I've never seen it on a bike. Kickstand's broken inside. There's a pin down here. I'm gonna have to grind it, drill it, to pull the guts out and put a pin in it. That's no problem. I fixed them. Get that serial number on camera. Go in and out here. D63900. 6 digits, well, 5 numbers. D63900. Well, I don't think this is 1959. It's nowhere it says Chicago. And I'm sure I've seen on YouTube and it'll say Chicago on there, but that's brass. I do have screws that match these. They're a little bit bigger. I have drilled out the holes, made my own threads. You ruin like 2 screws per hole because you're making threads with it. But I do have screws to match them. I have a few brass ones out of old stuff and some chrome ones. These were just steel, so that's brass. So that would be nickel plated for Schwinn. Fenders, they're so junky and paper thin that I thought about coating it with a layer of fiberglass cloth in here. Oh well, blooper, sprocket fell. Edit time. They're so paper thin, I think I'm gonna bob the back fenders. They're so crappy that, I mean, come on, it's gonna be mine. There's hours and hours, and they're so paper thin. It's the bike fell over once, it just about crumpled this in two. You can actually see a line in there. If I coat that with fiberglass cloth, That'll be stronger. Enough of that. Rims are good enough for display, but not good enough to ride, even if you did spend the time painting them. All the junk. Front fender has that nice flare. There's a little loop on there. They're pretty crappy. So I think it's going to be a chopper project. Here, I've never seen this. You got a slot over there, U-shape. I just cut the bolt. I've got plenty of front wheel bolts. I just cut it and spread the forks apart. I've never seen that before. But there's a problem. I'm sure I can tackle it. But there's that original color there. And that's the original blue there. So, enough of this short little video. Pour down Schwinn. Tomorrow I'll put it into my jig after I'm done sanding it. I use that emery paper that's an inch wide, like you see the guy polishing your crankshaft, camshaft, and I'll put it over the bar and go back and forth with your hand on either side, so I don't have a sandblaster. But it's a lot of work sanding by hand, but you get that strip of that emery cloth, and you'll rip that paint off there pretty fast. Plus it leaves a nice surface for your primer. The time you put primer sealer in primer, you won't see them scratches you put in the metal. But enough of that. Tomorrow I'm going to put it on the jig, put everything in there after I'm sanding, and I'm going to make sure it's perfectly straight, good enough. I have found frames where they've been twisted and warped. It's better to find out now. But thanks for watching.